Good morning, students. Welcome back to Atmiya Green School. I'm Afrin Sayed, your social studies teacher. Today, we'll learn from your book, The Earth, Our Habitat. Social Science, The Earth, Our Habitat, Chapter 1, The Earth in the Solar System. Okay, as we all know that solar system above us in the sky is a very beautiful creation by God. The solar system was formed 4.6 billion years ago from the gravitational collapse of a giant interstellar molecular cloud. The vast majority of the system mass is in Sun, with the majority of the remaining mass contained in Jupiter. The four smaller inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are terrestrial planets, being primarily composed of rock and metal. Okay, basically, solar system is made up of many other things. Okay, we'll discuss everything over here. Students, you might have seen sun. We cannot see towards the sun directly, but at least we can feel the sun on us. If we come out of our houses in noon time, then we can feel the hot, and we feel very hot, and we can feel the warmth of the sun, and sun is very far from us, still we can feel it. Okay, at night when moon comes upon, it looks so beautiful. It shines so bright with the help of sunlight. Okay, moon does not have its own light, it lights with the help of sunlight. We can see many stars in the sky, which fills the sky beautifully. We can see clouds. Yes, students? So, today we'll learn about the Earth in the solar system. Before I start the chapter, I would like you to see this video. This video is very beautiful, talking about our universe. This is our universe. Sun is in the center, and those small rounds around the sun you can see are planets. This is Okay, students. So, I have given you a quick glance towards a universe. Okay, now we'll study. Okay, I'll start reading it for you. How wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. One would first notice one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Soon you would see the number increasing. You cannot count them anymore. The whole sky is filled with tiny shining objects. Some are bright, others are dim. It feels as if the sky is studded with a diamond. They all appear to be twinkling. But if you look at them carefully, you will notice that some of them do not twinkle as others. They simply glow without a flicker, just as moon shines. Dear students, have you ever sat on your terrace and looked at the stars? After the sunset, there are only two or three stars you can see in the sky. And then gradually, as the darkness increases, the stars become more and more. Okay. And we can't count them anymore. Some are very bright, some are bit dull, some are just glowing. They are not shining. And some are shining. They are shining like a studded diamond in the sky. Yes, students? So here it says, along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on most of the days. Yes, we can also see the moon. It may, however, appear at different times in different shapes and a different position. But moon is found every day at different place and in a different shape. Okay, you can see the full moon only once in a month. We can see full moon once in a month. It is full moon night or Purnima. Full moon night is known as Purnima. When sun is full, when sun is seen full, then we can call it as Purnima. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all. It is a new moon night or Amavasya. So on fortnight later, we cannot see the moon at all. That is a new moon, which we call Amavasya. Amavasya. So, full moon night is known as, students, Purnima. Very good. And new moon night is known as Amavasya. On this day, you can watch the night sky best, provided it is clear night. Do you wonder why can't we see the moon and all those bright tiny objects during the daytime? Yes, students, if we can see all these things during night, then why can't we see during day? Do you have the answer? Yes, students. Very good. Because the it is because of very bright light of the sun. It is because of very bright light of the sun. The brightness of the sun does not allow us to see all other objects. Okay, I'll read it for the students. It is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the night sky. The sun, the moon, all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial body. So the sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial. Do you? The sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky. So all the objects which can shine in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. So look students, the full moon night is known as Purnima. The new moon night is known as Amavasya. And the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night skies are called celestial bodies. So all the objects which can shine in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. Some are very big and hot. They are made up of gases and they are made up of gases. They are big and hot. Point number one says they are big and hot. Point number two says that they are made up of gases. Point number three says they have their own heat and light. They have their own heat and light, which they emit in large amounts. Which they emit in a large amount. These celestial bodies are called stars. these celestial bodies are called stars. And yes, the sun is a star too. The sun is a star too. I'll repeat it again for you students. The celestial, the sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Some celestial bodies are big and hot. They are made up of gases. Some are big and hot. They are made up of gases. We can make a poem out of it so that it is easier to remember. Repeat after me, students. They are made up of some celestial bodies are big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light, which emit in large amounts. The celestial bodies are called stars. Okay, they have their own heat and light. Okay, they have their own heat and light which emits in a large amount. The celestial bodies are called star. And yes, students, you heard it right. The sun is also a star. Countless twinkling stars in the night sky are similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat or light. They look so tiny because they are very, very far from us. Yes, students, even though stars are also a sun, but we cannot feel their warmth. We cannot feel hot. Okay, and they are so little because they are very far from us. They are not nearer to the earth. That is why we cannot see them huge. We can only see the little shining diamonds in the sky. If you can remember going back to your kindergarten, we have already we used to already read the poem. We used to already recite the poem Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. How I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Okay, now you don't have to wonder because you already know that those little objects are stars and that they are also like a sun. A sun is also a star, but we cannot feel the heat and warmth of the stars. Stars are just like a studded diamonds in the sky. Okay, and as they are very far from us, we cannot see them big. They are little. We can see them tiny. Okay, you must have noticed that all the objects look smaller when seen from the distance. Yes, when we see it from the distance, when we see from a far distance, then we can see them a little. How small an aeroplane looks when it's flying at a great height. Yes, when we look at the aeroplane, it looks little. Okay, while watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. Yes, when you watch the night sky, and if you connect all those stars with each other, you can see that a pattern is forming. There is a formation of a pattern. There is a formation of a pattern which is called as constellation. So this formation of a pattern is called constellation. Ursa, Major or Big Bear is one of such constellation. So we have given the name to this constellation first Ursa Major or Big Bear. Ursa Major or Big Bear. One of the most easily recognizable constellation is Saptarishi. Okay, so one of the most recognizable constellation is Saptarishi. Sapt means seven. Sapt means seven, and Rishi means sages. So we can see it is a group of seven stars that forms a part of Ursa Major constellation. There is a group of seven stars which form the Ursa Major constellation. Ursa Major constellation is made up of seven main stars, that is Saptarishi, where Sapt means seven and Rishi means sages. Okay. Ask someone elder in your family or neighborhood to show you more stars, planets, and constellations in the sky. Okay, students. Today at night, just before a sunrise, just before a sunset, you can go on your terrace and watch the sky. You can see that how gradually sun sets down and how beautifully and gradually this little stars come upon the sky. In one corner, moon noticing them all. Yes, students. So Someday or today, go at the terrace, look at the sky, and feel the creativity of the Creator. In ancient time, people used to determine direction during the night with the help of stars. Yes, in ancient time, people used to know the direction of the star with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is called pole star. The star in north side is called shows the north direction, which is called pole star. Pole star is in north direction, and hence it shows the north direction. Pole star leaves in north direction. It always remains in the same position in the sky. We can locate the position of pole star with the help of Saptarishi. Now, how can we locate this star? There are many stars, then how can we identify it? So we can identify with the help of Saptarishi. Look at a drawing joining the pointer stars and extend further, it will point to the pole star. Some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. Yes, like students, look, not everyone have their own heat and light. Okay, and such bodies who don't have their own heat and light are planets. So those those of the bodies who don't have their own heat and light are called planets. Okay, I'll read it for you. Some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of the stars. Such bodies are called planets. Like our Earth, we receive sunlight. So we get the light from sun. Okay. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetia, which means wanderers. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetia. I repeat, students, listen carefully. The word planet comes from the Greek word planetia, which means wanderer. The earth on which we live is a planet. The earth which we live is called planet. It gets all its heat and light from the sun. It gets all its heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. Our nearest star is sun. If we look at the earth from a great distance, say the moon, it will appear to be shining just as moon. I repeat, if we look at the earth from a great distance, say the moon, it will appear to be shining just as moon. If we go on the moon and look at the earth, it will look just like a moon. Okay. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. Yes. What is moon? Moon is a satellite, students. Moon is a satellite. Okay. Now look, our earth does not have its own heat and light. We receive that heat and light from the sun. Okay, because sun is the nearest star to earth. Sun is the nearest star to earth. And um, um, moon, if we look at the earth from the moon, we can see that earth also looks like a moon. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. It is companion of our earth and moves around it. Moon keeps on, it is a friend. It is a best friend of our earth, and it keeps on moving around the earth. Moon keeps moving around the earth. Like our Earth, there are 7 other planets that get heat and light from the sun. And just like Earth, there are more 7 other planets who get heat from sun. Now, the solar system. The sun, 8 planets, satellite, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids. Okay, the sun, the 8 planets. I repeat, the sun will start with the sun, then the 8 planets, then satellite. Satellite is moon, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids. Known as asteroids and solar system. So the solar system is made up of the sun, planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids. Known as asteroids and meteoroids. I repeat, students, the sun, 8 planets, satellite, and some other celestial body. How you'll remember? How you'll remember? How you'll remember the sun, the eight planets, satellite, and some other celestial bodies. I repeat, sun, eight planets, satellite. Satellites are companions of Earth, companions of planets, which they move around the planets. Some asteroids, meteoroids from the solar system. We often call it as a solar system, with the sun as its head. And every family, every family has a head. Just like that, our solar system also a head of the family. That is the sun. We'll start learning about the sun. The sun is in the center of the solar system. Who's in the center of the solar system? The sun. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It is made up of extremely hot gases. It provides pulling force that binds the solar system. It has a pulling force, which the sun has the pulling force, the gravitational force. The sun is the gravitational force which binds the solar system. The sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. The sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. But the tremendous heat is not felt so much because despite being our nearest star, it is far away from us. Yes, it is said that sun is the nearest star, but it is still very far from us. The sun is about 150 million kilometer away from the earth. How many kilometers away? 150 million kilometer away from us. Okay, students? So, sun is the head of the family. The sun is at the center of the solar system, and sun is someone who has the gravitational force which binds the entire solar system, and it is 150 kilometer away from us. Okay, now we'll talk about the planet. Earth is also a planet, students, and along with Earth, there are total 8 planets in the solar system. Now, how we are going to remember this name? So, my, that is Mercury, my, and M in my stands for Mercury. Very, in which V stands for Venus. Earth, um, my very, look, wait students, I'll write it for you. My very efficient mother ju- just served us nuts. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. Wait students, I'll write it for you. My very efficient mother just served us nuts. So look, my very efficient mother just served us nuts. You have to remember this sentence. Okay. Now, in that, you have to remember this initials. Like in my, M stands for Mercury. In very, V stands for Venus. Efficient, E stands for Earth. M stands for mothers. M stands for Mars. Just J stands for Jupiter. South, S stands for Saturn. Earth, U stands for Uranus. Nuts, N stands for Neptune. So this is how you are going to remember the names of planets in sequence. First there is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Now, students, I'll read it for you. There are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the Sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Once we also used to have, we once a time we used to have 9 planets, and that ninth planet was Pluto. But now Pluto is not included in it. Okay, I'll read it for you. All the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun. in a fixed path. They have the fixed path, the fixed road which they used to follow. Okay, this path are elongated. They are called orbits. So on the path which they run, the path on which they move, they are called orbits. Mercury is the nearest to the sun. Which is the nearest planet to the sun? It is Mercury. It takes only about 88 days to complete one round along its orbit. Mercury takes only 88 rounds because it is just near the sun. Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to that of Earth. Venus and Earth is considered as Earth twins because the size and shape is very much like a Earth. Okay, Venus and Earth are twins. Till recently, that is August 2006, Pluto was also considered a planet. Look, students, I have already discussed that once Pluto was also considered as planet. However, in a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial bodies, Ceres 2003 UB, discovered in recent past, may be called as dwarf planet. So, in 2006, it was announced that Pluto will be considered as a dwarf planet. Pluto will be considered as a dwarf planet as it is very, very far from us. Okay. Now, we'll learn about the Earth, our planet. We'll learn about our own planet, the Earth. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. Thus, in the size, it is fifth largest planet. If we see the size, it is the fifth largest planet. Look, Earth is third nearest. After Mercury and Venus, it comes Earth. And it is a fifth largest planet. It is slightest flattened at the poles. At the poles, it is flattened. That is why its shape is described as geode. Geode means an earth-like shape. Geode means an earth-like shape, which means that is flattened from the poles. The poles of the earth are a bit flattened, and hence it is known as geode. Okay. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on the earth. So the condition on which humans, animals, plants can live are only found on earth. No other planet have the human life, does not have animals, does not have plants on it. The earth is neither too hot nor too cold. Look, students, we already know that the earth is neither too hot and neither too cold. It has water and air, which are very essential for our survival. It has water and air, which are essential for our survival. Without water and air we cannot live. Okay. The air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Air consists of the life supporting gases like oxygen. Because of this reason, the Earth is a unique planet in the solar system. The Earth is a unique planet in the solar system. From the outer space, the Earth appears blue. Its two-thirds surface is covered by the water. If we see Earth from moon, we can say that it is because the two-thirds of earth is made up of water. Okay, it is therefore called a blue planet. It is therefore called a blue planet. It is therefore called a blue planet. Yes, students, among all those 8 planets, the only planet who have the life on it, the only planet which supports the life, the only planet which has water and air is Earth, and Earth seems to be blue in color because two-thirds surface is covered by the water. Now we move forward towards the moon. Our Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. Its diameter is only one quarter that of Earth. Our Earth has only one satellite. Earth has only one companion with it, that is moon, and its diameter is only one quarter that of the Earth. It appears so big because it is nearer to our planet. Moon seems to be a bit bigger as compared to the stars because it is nearer to our planet than other celestial body. No celestial body is as nearer as moon. It is about 3,84,400 kilometer away. Look students, it is 3,84,400 kilometer away from us. Now you can compare the distance of the earth from the sun and that from the moon. Yes, now we can compare the distance between earth and sun and moon and earth. Okay, the moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. Yes, moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. Okay, it takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. As a result, only one side of moon is visible to us on the earth, and therefore we can only see one side of the earth. Why we can see only one side of the moon from the earth? Why we can see only one side of the moon from the earth? Because it moves around the earth in about 27 days, and it takes exactly same time to complete one spin. One spin. So it also spins, and that is the equivalent time that it moves around the earth. The moon does not have condition favorable for the life. Yes, we cannot live on moon. It has mountains, plains and depressions on it. It has mountains, it has plains and it has depressions, but does not have gravitation force. It does not have air. It does not have water. This cast shadows of the moon's surface. Look at the full moon and observe this shadow. Now we'll move towards asteroids. Apart from stars, planets and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also move around the sun. Look students, we have seen that solar system is made up of 8 planets and sun and moon and stars. Okay, we have seen that some planets are nearer to the sun, whereas some are very far from the sun. We have seen that Earth has a companion who moves around, who keeps on moving around the Earth. Okay, that is moon. Now, we will study about the asteroids. Apart from stars, planets and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also move around the sun. This body are called asteroids. So, asteroids also moves around the sun. Asteroids also moves around the sun. They are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Where are they found? They are found between orbits of Mars and Jupiter. They are found between the Mars and Jupiter. Scientists are of the view that asteroids are part of planet which exploded many years back. So there are few components or few parts which had always tried to become a planet, but they did not survive very long, and that exploded planet have now become asteroids. That exploded planets have now become asteroids. Okay. Now we'll move towards the meteoroids. The small pieces of the rock which move around the sun are called meteoroids. Okay, so the small pieces of the rock which move around the sun are called meteoroids. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. What happens? They come near the earth and then they fall on our ground. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. So when this species of rocks moves around the sun, sometimes what happens that due to the friction between sun and those pieces, it burns down. And when they burn, they form like a flash of light. They form flash of light and falls down on the earth, which creates a hollow effect. Okay, students. So while they are moving around the sun, sometimes due to friction, they get burned and then falls down on the earth. I'll read it for you students from the textbook. The small pieces of the rocks which move around the sun are called meteoroids. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop upon it. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. It causes flash of light. Sometimes meteor, without being completely burned, falls on the earth and create a hollow effect. So how is meteor formed, students? Meteor, while moving around the sun, those pieces is of the meteor while moving around the sun gets burned. Why do they get burned? They get burned due to the friction, and with that friction they falls down on the earth and create a hollow effect. Okay? So meteors are the planets which have now turned into the small pieces of the rock and which keeps on moving around the sun. Okay? Now, do you see a whitish broadband like a white glowing path across the sky on a clear starry night? So when there are a lot of stars in the sky, we can see a broad band of a white color. It is a cluster of million of stars. It is a cluster of million and million of stars. This band is called Milky Way galaxy, and that band is called Milky Way galaxy. Our solar system is part of this galaxy. In ancient India, it was imagined to be the river of light. In ancient India, it was known as river of light. Yes, students, it was known as river of light flowing in the sky. It was believed that in the sky there is a river which is made up of light. Thus, it was named as Akash Ganga, and therefore it was known as Akash Ganga. So, uh, the Milky Way galaxy was known as Akash Ganga. A galaxy is a huge system of billion of stars. What is galaxy? Galaxy is generally a word used for millions and billions of stars, clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of such galaxies that make the universe, and there are many galaxies which forms the universe. It is difficult to imagine how big the universe is. Yes, we cannot even imagine that how big our universe is. Scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. We are not certain about its size, but we know about all of us. You and I belong to this universe. Yes, students, we don't know that how big is this universe, but yes, we definitely know that we all belong to this universe. Okay. Now, students, I'll show you a short video which will be a revision kind of it of your chapter. Okay. Let's start.
Minor heavenly bodies called planets, satellites, asteroids, and smaller bodies called meteors and comets revolving around the Sun. Sun can be regarded as the head of the family as it is at the center of the solar system. It is made up of extremely hot gases emitting radiant energy which is spread in all directions. The distance between the Earth and the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. The distances in space are measured in light years. The distance covered by light in 1 year is called a light year. You may be surprised to know that it takes about 8 minutes for sunlight to reach the Earth. Planets. The word planet is derived from the Greek word planet, meaning wanderer. A planet is that heavenly body which moves around the Sun in an elliptical orbit and at the same time rotates on its own axis. It looks like a star, but it has no heat and light of its own. It shines merely by reflecting the light of the Sun. The simplest method of identifying planets from stars is that stars twinkle, whereas planets do not. All planets are spherical in shape, but their composition and size is different. In order of distance from the Sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Mercury, Budh. It is the closest to the Sun and takes 88 days to go around the Sun on its orbit. Life is not possible on this planet as there is no water and atmosphere around this planet. Venus, Shukra. It is the second planet from the Sun and closest to the Earth. It is the brightest planet in the solar system. Its size is almost the same as that of Earth. Earth, Prithvi. It is the third planet from the Sun and the only planet to have life on it. It revolves around the Sun and also rotates on its axis, causing day and night. Mars, Mangal. It is red in color and hence called red planet. It has a large amount of water as ice is formed on polar caps. It is believed that there is some possibility of plant life on this planet. Jupiter, Brihaspati. This is the largest planet of the solar system. It is so large that around 1300 Earths can be placed inside it. Its surface is cold and is made up of several gases like hydrogen, helium, and methane. Trivia: the Sun makes up 99.86% of the solar system's mass. That means that all the planets put together, including Jupiter, as well as all the other asteroids, only make up about 0.14% of the solar system's mass. Saturn, Shani. It is a unique planet because it has 3 beautiful rings around it, possibly made of ice. It has very low temperature. It is least dense among all the planets. Uranus. It appears green on being viewed through a telescope and hence also called green planet. It is very far away from the Sun and there is no possibility of life on it. Neptune. It is slightly smaller than the Uranus, but is a lifeless cold desert. It is farthest from the Sun at a distance of about 4,469 million kilometers. Motions of the planets. All planets exhibit 2 types of motions: revolution and rotation. Revolution. According to the heliocentric, each planet moves around the Sun in an elliptical path called orbit. Since Mercury is the closest to the Sun, it has the shortest orbit. The gravitational pull of the Sun keeps the planets orbiting in a fixed path. Rotation. In south and the Earth completes a rotation in about 23 hours and 56 minutes. Satellites. Satellites are small heavenly bodies which revolve around the planets. All the planets revolve around the Sun. The satellites move with them. As a result, the satellites also revolve around the Sun. Like planets, satellites shine by reflecting light from the Sun. All planets, except Mercury and Venus, have satellites. The Earth has only one satellite called the Moon. Jupiter's satellite, known as Ganymede, is the largest. The Moon. The Moon is the largest and brightest object in the night sky. It is the only natural satellite of the Earth. It shines because of its light-colored surface reflects sunlight. As the Moon revolves around the Earth, its shape seems to change every night. We see varying amount of its sunlit part called phases of the Moon. You can see the full moon only once in about a month's time. It is full moon night or Purnima. After 15 days' time, you can watch the night sky best, provided it is a clear cloudless night. This is called new moon night or Amavasya. The moon has no atmosphere. There are many mountains, plains, and circular depressions called craters on the surface of the moon. We only find rocks and dust on the moon. During the day, its temperature is about 100 degrees Celsius, which falls to minus 15 degrees Celsius at night. Man has always been fascinated by moon. Space explorations in recent years have brought to light many facts about moon. True, to walk on the moon. He brought back to Earth some samples of lunar rock which suggest that moon has a dead surface. Other celestial bodies that crash into Earth's atmosphere. They move about in the space and go around the sun. When they come near the Earth's atmosphere, as a result of friction, they begin to glow and are called as meteors. When such shooting stars are still in the solar system but would enter the Earth's atmosphere, they are called as meteoroids. After entering the Earth's atmosphere, they may partly burn up and the fragments that reach the ground are known as meteorites. Asteroids. Between Mars and Jupiter lies a belt of small bodies called asteroids. The largest of these tiny planets is Ceres. Many scientists and astronomers believe that asteroids are fragments of a planet which exploded long time ago. Comets. Comets are glowing objects made up of ice and dust with long tails, which we sometimes see streaking across the night sky. Comets spend most of the time in the far reaches of the solar system. They form a tail and start to glow when they come near the sun. Since they follow a long path around the sun, they take years to complete their orbit. The most famous, Halley's Comet, appears after every 76 years. It is named after British scientist Edmund Halley in 1886. Much smaller than a planet, it has its own gravitational field to 1930. But in the year 2000, adopted a new definition of classified as a dwarf. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and is the fifth largest planet. It is also called the blue planet as it reflects a mixture of blue and green light, blue because of oceans and green because of vegetation. The shape of our Earth is like a sphere. It bulges at the equator and flattens at the pole. This shape is also unique, and the Greek called it geoid or Earth-like shape. The Earth is the only planet in the universe which supports life. This is because the conditions to support life exist on Earth. These conditions are availability of water, suitable temperature, breathable atmosphere due to the presence of life-supporting gas oxygen. Breathable atmosphere. Living beings need oxygen to breathe in, which is present on the Earth. Plants need carbon dioxide for preparing their food through photosynthesis, which is also present on the Earth. Moreover, the presence of ozone in the Earth atmosphere protects plants and animals from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun.
Okay, students. So here we come to an end with the chapter 1 of your book, The Earth, Our Habitat. Okay, hope I was fair enough and you got the chapter very much clear. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves and your families.